this is my favorite topic because hands down, no matter what my makeup looks like, I'm always, always, always getting compliments on my lashes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not trying to brag. Part of it is genetics. No, for those of you that ask, no, please stop asking me that. Like, if there was a secret to the way my lashes look, I would tell you. Please do not ask me, do I take medication? No, I don't. It's kind of annoying after a while when someone says, how do you get your lashes to grow like that? There's nothing abnormal about having long lashes. I was born this way. I'm not the only one who has long, full eyelashes, and I'm not going to be the only one for the rest of my life. So I get them from my mom, and I can honestly say I've gotten my makeup done maybe like 4 or 5 times, and I am the only person that I know of that can get my lashes to look the way that I like them to look. Now, that's just because as women, I think that we go the extra mile for our own lashes to look good. So I wanted to show you guys my technique of how I get them to really, really look thick, plump, sexy, voluptuous. And also keep in mind, you guys, that with that being said of what I said earlier about it being genetic and this is the way my lashes look, just because a mascara works for me does not mean it's going to work for you, and vice versa. So if you're going to leave a comment about, a certain product, please do not bash it, because that is one thing that I can honestly say has kept me from using a lot of products, because I think sometimes we have the tendency to be easily influenced by others' opinions when it's not necessarily right for everyone. So don't get discouraged, and please don't try to sway someone's opinion just because it doesn't work for you. So, and this is one of the only, like, mascaras are one of the only things when it comes to makeup that's not one size fits all. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to show you guys what works for me, how I get it popping. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I want to jump right into the tutorial. Okay, bye. Definitely get something so that it's going to be nourishing for your lashes. And as some of you may know, this goes on first, a light coat. If you want, you can wait till it dries and then apply mascara, or you can do the mascara immediately after while it's still a little tacky. But it's a great product for those of you guys that don't have much length. Really, really does make a difference to really lift and curl and lengthen the lashes. And I'm not just saying that because I work for MAC. Okay, so my tried and true favorite mascara used to be Maybelline until I found out they test on animals. So I do not use lash stiletto anymore. I don't care, if you decide that you still want to use their products, that's fine. It's just a personal choice that I made for myself. I decided to stop using all their products, not to be mean or to bash them, but it's just the truth. And so it pretty much forced me to start trying MAC mascaras, and I've been using Zoom Lash, which is absolutely comparable to my, my favorite, which was Great Lash and Lash Stiletto for so long. I love this one because you get a lot more product out of it. And what I have to do, though, is as you're taking out of the tube, you absolutely must scrape it along the side. Otherwise, it will be so goopy, and goop equals clumps, and nobody wants clumpy lashes. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush, and I'm pretty much holding it like at an angle. You're going to want to get as close to your lash line as possible. So we're not going to start off in the middle. We're not going to start off at the ends. We're going to, like, almost you want to touch your eyelid, if you can. And what I'm going to do is at the base, I'm going to start wiggling upwards. And as I'm wiggling the brush, like in zigzag motions, as I'm wiggling it, I'm also gently rotating the brush, rotating it in a circle. And I'm kind of pushing those lashes up. And sometimes I kind of like to clump them up a little bit and then declump them, because I like the way that I just like them to look really super thick. And then when I start to work my way on the inner lashes, instead of doing the same motions, I just kind of gently feather them with the very tip of my brush, because I like these lashes to go outwards and I like the inner lashes to go inwards. So I'm feathering them inwards just so that they go towards the inner corner of my eyes. And then as I start to get along the middle, I feather them just straight up. Because nobody's lashes go all in one direction. You got your center ones that are going to kind of go upwards and out towards away from the face, but they're still going upwards. And then the more I get towards the outer corner, I start to pull them this way. See how I'm doing that? I really give the outer lashes extra care. And a lot of you guys have problems. Well, a lot of people have told me that they have issues when they put on their mascara. It gets all up on their eyelid. If you have that problem, what you do is you tilt your head back. And if you have to, you can even like do one of these actions, lift the brow, and then apply mascara. And you still are able to see. You're not like distorting. You're not like blocking the vision. You're still able to see, but you're just giving your eyelids some space so that if you did all that intricate eye makeup, you don't ruin it with your mascara. Okay, so my next thing that I love to do is using two mascaras. I kind of like to tag team. And I use Zoom Lash first, going with a couple coats. And then usually I do each eye first. And like I give this one a time to dry just a little bit. Then I do this one. By the time I'm done with this one, I move into this one with Studio Fix Lash. This is a mascara that just came out recently, maybe about, I want to say like probably not that long ago, maybe 2 months ago. Now, when I first tried this mascara, I was not impressed with it by itself. And if you look at the brush, it's, it has like this super rubber technology where it's supposed to separate like a dream, which it does. But I find that this mascara by itself for my lashes is fair. Now, when I use this bad boy with Zoom Lash, it works amazing to just fine tune anything Zoom Lash really didn't get. And I love it like as a declumper, but it's still, I'm getting the fullness and the volumizing that I like, because I feel like Studio Fix Lash by itself doesn't really do much to thicken my lashes the way that I like them to look, but I really like the way it separates. So I'm going in, and this is a trick that you don't necessarily have to use with these two mascaras. It's not uncommon for people to go back and layer two different mascaras. It's a really, really cool thing to do. And so with my rubber brush, and it seriously, like if you ever walk into a MAC store, take a look at this brush and you really, really see that they really just worked a number on this brush. It has so many little rubbery particles that it really does separate amazingly. So, and I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to start at the base of my lashes and start to zigzag upwards just to help separate them a little bit. And it really doesn't take much. I only do it like a few times. And then I just kind of comb through them, just to give it another coat of black. I like them to look really, really black, really, really dark, thick. Length is kind of a given for me. I can kind of get it on my own, but my lashes aren't that thick, and I like them to look as thick as possible. And then there's really nothing special about the bottoms. You don't want the bottom lashes to be too heavy, because I noticed that since mine are super thick on the bottom, I tend to have like it gives me the illusion that I have dark under eye circles, like it casts a shadow, which is not cool at all, because I really don't have that dark of under eye circles. But or even you can like hold the brush upwards or straight up and down like this, vertically, and just kind of flick through it really, really lightly. Sometimes it's not uncommon either that I'll go back with like a brow brush after they're dry and just like bottom comb them through just to really separate them a little bit more. But that is pretty much how I get my lashes to look the way that they look. Pretty much. It usually, honestly, When it comes to the face, it takes me the longest to do my brows and my lashes because I really just go the extra mile for my lashes. But I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know if this is hot or not, and I hope you guys found this helpful. Thanks for watching. One more thing, guys, another really cool tip that I was kind of hesitant to share with you guys because I didn't want to be liable for anyone hurting themselves, but I'm just going to share it anyways, and you're going to have to do it at your own risk because I've always been really careful about this. But what I like to do is I take the back of an earring, like an earring stud, and I take the pointed part, and I really just kind of, please don't do this if you're driving in a car, those of you guys that do makeup on the way to work, and I declump with this. I've also done it with like a really fine pointed toothpick. When I was younger, I used to use a needle, but I would not advise. That's a little too sharp to be in the eye area. But I just kind of comb through a little bit, just a few times. And sometimes it helps to wait until the mascara is dried a little bit, because when you try to mess with your lashes too much while they're still wet, it's not going to work. They're still going to clump because they're wet. But when they're dry, you have a little bit more control over them. And I'll just kind of feather them a little bit. And there's the lashes.